Welcome to Talk About Topeka, coming to you in front of a live audience at the Break Room in downtown Topeka. I'm Chris Schultz, and with me today we have two very special guests from the Capital City Equality Center. We have the president of their board, Stephanie Mott. How are you, Stephanie?
Good, thank you.
And we have the executive director, Dan Brennan. How are you, Dan?
Great. How are you?
Glad to have you guys here. Now, you guys just celebrated your ribbon cutting at the new facility that you have. Tell us a little bit about the Kansas Equalities, the Capital City Equality Center. As I get tongue tied up, right?
Yes.
It's for Kansans. It's for everybody who needs a place, right?
CCEC.
CCEC.
Make it easier.
There you go. Very good.
The center.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. All these things. It's a center for the LGBT community, plus community. It's just a place where they'll be able to feel comfortable coming and finding resources they might be looking for, a place to hang out, a place to socialize. We hope to have a clothing bank and a food bank, emergency food bank later on. We haven't got all our programs up and running yet. We're kind of new.
Just got the whole facility going. That's really nice. You're right next to the Rainbow House, the Equality House.
Yes, next door to the Equality House is the Equality Center at this moment. And, Planning Piece donated the space to us to use next door, and so we're going to get our start there and hopefully move on.
So let's talk a little bit about why this is really important for our community to have a safe place like this.
Well, people are marginalized and oppressed often in the LGBT community. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it friends that were treated rough. So we want to make a difference in their lives. We want to make sure that they're safe, make sure that they have resources to help them out, whether it be employment or housing or whatever.
And Stephanie, you've been a just crucial role as far as pulling this whole thing together here as well. Tell us a little bit about why you're so passionate about this organization.
Well, as a transgender woman, I experienced discrimination on a daily basis. But even more importantly than that, I hear from transgender, from lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender kids in Topeka who are actually trying to figure out whether or not their life is worth living. And having a space like this makes the difference between life and death sometimes for people, just to know that there is a place like this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I myself have known friends who have committed suicide because they've been marginalized, whether it's their family. A lot of people have issues with their families who kick them out, who disown them. A lot of people have issues just with themselves and feeling the acceptance. There's any number of issues of why a safe place that people can go and not be judged are really, really important. And you guys are now supplying that. This it's not damage. It's not a place where you're going and getting alcohol and doing all this stuff and partying. This is a very supportive place that people can go and really get the help that they need and feel safe, right?
And we're hoping that people can find a place where they can come talk about the things that they need to talk about and just have fun and not worry about who's going to come after them or who might be watching them. But I think it's also important to mention that this isn't just for the LGBT community. This is for anyone who's marginalized and oppressed. We believe that we're all people and that we all should be treated with dignity and respect.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so, what gets you involved with it, Dan?
I had a brother that was gay. He passed away just a little less than a year ago. Still kind of fresh in my mind. He was picked on. He was bullied. He had a wonderful relationship for 30 years with a guy that he loved, and that's why I got involved. And I know firsthand that he pretty much drank himself to death.
Yeah. A lot of people have. A lot of people
have those feelings. They'd never get them resolved, and by the time he noticed he had cirrhosis of the liver, it was maybe too late. So, it was unfortunate.
we've seen that happen with a lot of people. A lot of people I personally knew who the only place that they really had to go was a bar, or some place to drink, and it was very damaging to them. And that's why I think it's
with this center we'll be able to change that a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's still going to be some of it because that's where they feel necessary to go to socialize with others.
Yeah.
We hope to create a little socialism within our own
your social circle.
Yes, yes. So we
absolutely.
have a place to go. They feel comfortable going to, and they're around people that experience the same life they do. So
it's so important that we're inclusive of everyone, and that everyone has a fair chance. This is a wonderful community. The hearts of so many people are with those who have really struggled through this, whether it's the loss of friends that didn't make it, or it chokes me up because I have had friends who I've had friends drink themselves to death. I've had friends commit suicide, and it is a really tough topic when you're talking about people you were raised with, and you see their situations. And if just somebody was there to lend them a hand, let them know they're not alone. Thank you for doing what you're doing. That's if we can save one person from going through that, then this mission has been a success.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Very good. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on. So how can folks find more information about the Capital City Equality Center?
We're on Facebook, Capital City Equality Center. We also have a website, capcitycenter.org. So either of those places they can get a hold of us, or come by the house over there on Orleans, 1204 Orleans.
And if you have, just a little bit of compassion streak in you, want to get involved, I'm sure there are several ways you guys can get folks involved with programming. Like I said, you're a young organization. You need help. You need volunteers.
We need people on the board as well.
Yep.
Board members. We'd like to have an advisory board that can kind of help us out in certain specific professional areas. To
Absolutely.
guide us.
And of course, it all takes money too. So if you've got money, you don't have the time, send them some money, help them out, so we can really get the reach out of what you're trying to do, which is a wonderful mission, and I really appreciate it. Well, thank you very much. That's Stephanie Mott, the president of the Capital City Equality Center, and Dan Brennan, the executive director of the center. Best of luck to you guys, and again, thank you for all your hard work for a very important mission.
Thank you for what all you do.
You bet.